If someone asked me what is the perfect smartphone on the market, I would probably say the Galaxy S23 Ultra. Hey, Dalevon Digital here, and we're here to talk about reasons why you might love or why you might be picking up the Galaxy S23 Ultra. First thing we're going to talk about is battery life. It's one of the things that gotten better over time with Android devices, and you got to admit that. So battery, if you're looking for a phone that has good battery, then the Galaxy S23 Ultra should probably be at the top of the list for phones with great battery. If it's not a gaming phone, but you know, gamers are buying those phones, and maybe not even gamers are buying that. They're still looking for a consumer phone that can kind of do both. And the Galaxy S23 is definitely one of those phones. And I want to say that you will appreciate the battery life that you get on this device. Performance. We know that performance on a lot of these phones today is pretty good. We're not talking about efficiency. Let's talk about just performance itself. And performance on most of these phones are great, but I just want to say something about the Snapdragon. It's just got that chef's kiss that you really love when it comes to performance. And I don't think you have any issues running any games or any apps that you use, or video recording and taking photos, whatever it is that your desire is when you're using a smartphone. I think that the Snapdragon Gen 2 can definitely handle this well. So if you're out there looking for a phone that also has good performance, start here, the Galaxy S23 Ultra. There's probably not any more phones, or if any phones on the market that has this feature anymore, because I felt like they just kind of died after LG, if I could recall, but correct me if I'm wrong, at least in the US market, the S Pen. The S Pen is a really good feature to have just in case you may or may not need it. Some users don't use it, and some users may want to use it. And I'm one of those users that actually uses it, but I just don't use it as a magic wand like okay, maybe I don't know magic. Wait, abracadabra. Yeah, let's go with that. For some users, the S Pen can be a really good feature or a hardware feature to have. Jotting notes, using it as a Bluetooth shutter for your camera, for anything else that you desire to do with it, for drawing, for my enthusiast that loves to just have the best of the best. This is going to be a great addition to using with the Galaxy S23 Ultra. Again, I don't think that you can get this on any other phone that I could think of in the US anymore. Besides Samsung now, they're kind of like the pioneers of this. So if you really need or have a need for this, then you have it. If you don't, then it could just stay in your phone and you just forget about it, which is also a good thing, I guess, too. But yeah, features, gotta love them. Imagine if you're someone who is really concerned about how your phone build quality is, and I can rest assured that Samsung has some of the best built phones on the market, that at least in the US market, because this is my audience that I'm catering to the most when I'm talking about these products like this, because I don't really have access to like other phones or Chinese phones as of right now, but maybe one day I will. But as of right now, I am speaking on the US market, and yes, the build quality is phenomenal on this device. And if you are worried about that, you can rest assured that you're going to get a premium feeling device when it comes to Samsung devices. So if you have it, you're probably loving it, and you probably want the squared off box to be more round for your hands, but I'm one of those people who actually love the square box. Other than that, if you're a person who's on the fence about getting it because of build quality, don't be. It's really incredible. I love the build quality of it. I love the feel of it. I love the screen. Samsung makes some of the best screens on the market, and I mean some of the best screens on the market, if you like them. This is the part of the video where we talk about the Samsung camera. So just imagine like you're on a vacation and you're out in Africa somewhere and you're trying to see some lions and see some hyenas, and you're like, I don't really want to get that close because I ain't no adventurer. I'm not trying to lose my life today. That's where Samsung kind of has your back right there, because they have a 100 times zoom that is really, really good. And if you don't need that, they have 50 zoom that is really, really good. So all you have to do is really just hit that zoom button on this camera and zoom in, and you can get all the footage and video that you want, and you can be safe. And that's one of the great things about having this camera systems, because it is so versatile that you can almost kind of use it for any scenario, any situation, and you kind of come out on top with your photos and videos. And if you're a person who really loves Samsung's, like, let's just say their processing, you're really going to be for a treat for the color pops and everything that they do with it, the saturation and everything. So just saying that if you looking for a really good robust camera system and you really can't afford buying a camera, which that doesn't really make sense because you're spending $1,200 on a phone, which means you can spend $1,200 on a camera. But with that being said, you just might want everything in one device. This is that device, and it has raw capabilities for those people out there that's enthusiasts like myself, who actually, I am a photographer and I love taking pictures. So this can cater to all audiences, the auto shooters and the raw shooters. And me, I'm a raw shooter. So I actually love and enjoy using this camera. And I know that some of you will, but just make sure you be careful about moving subjects. Now, in my closing thoughts, if someone came to me and said, hey, what is the perfect smartphone in the market? I would probably recommend the Galaxy S23 Ultra, but I will always tell them that there is no perfect phone on the market, but there is a perfect phone for the user. Every user has a preference, and they have something that they like and don't like and dislike and whatever. It's always gonna be that thing. So in reality, there is no perfect phone, but the Galaxy S23 Ultra may be that perfect phone for a lot of people out there. And it's the phone that I would recommend to a lot of people out there if you got the money. Anyways, this is Dalevon Digital, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.